Camera, no R. Of course, the R made an escape. It's the full moon, 17th here. And anyway, it's been kind of intense. We're not out of the woods, you know, with Mars being moon ruled. And then it's squaring to Pluto and involved with the Sun Moon opposition. It's opposed to Pluto, so it's the Grand Cross happening. And so I spelled camera wrong. That's terrible. But thanks to KimCast, I was able to get my new pins. Hit like and subscribe if you like my new word journeys, I guess. But no, it's real. See how we have. I was trying to explain Rhea. I would like to always start with Rhea, that is God. If you're wondering what God was, well, there are these are words, and it's like, let's just start doing words, you know. I didn't say God wasn't God either. Anyway, yeah, the whole purpose is, you know, it points right back at God all the time. That's a great thing about it. Right here, this is spelled a little wrong too. If we really wanted to get into the sensation, like how did she figure that out? I don't know. I couldn't believe it. Pardon me. I'm kind of burnt out. It's I did some work today, you know, and well, it's just getting further into a trap, and it's weird, you know. So I'm still here trying to think. I'm here thinking. So some kind of breakthrough's got to happen for all of us. As far as the social media thing, what am I doing here? I don't know. Let's see what's on the other side here. I wanted to just do a little freestyle, you know, because of that last video where I ended up spelling cameras wrong. I happen to take my word journeys pretty seriously. You know, it's a channeling that I do. I do a channeling, and when I go through it, because it's important to have a flow and everything. And so how did your full moon go? I mean, for me, I showed up for me, you know, and that doesn't exclude other people, you know. That's how I show up for me, is that I show. See, that's an Aries thing, and Aries needs to knock it off. Can you make sure that you're showing up for you when you're showing up for others? That's just saying, when you're saying yes to others, are you saying yes to you too? That's like a no-brainer, it seems like. But Aries, that's what we're talking about when we talk about astrology, is like the whole makeup of the experience of being human. And it's saying more than just the 5-pointer individual evolutionary astrology. I'd like to point out to some astrologers who get really weirded out about that name and everything. Nobody invented that name. Astrology is pointing at the very evolution of human consciousness. Nobody really owns that style of looking into astrology. In fact, that's the way to look into it, is that you're aware that our organism is going through a process of awakening, as well as we have it already here. The already here massive arena, outer space, the final frontier, where all of this stuff is happening. Oh my God, is this so just washed away? I don't have any writing on there. Sorry, just, you know, I know what I'm talking about. Eventually, I guess I should just be more clear about it all, you know. But how do you like my setup? I like it. New marker. Ask and you shall receive. I don't ask for much, but I'm starting to get. See, this might be just humanity speaking, and it might be the same for all of us. I mean, do you notice the transition time? That's where I'm wanting to poke at, because I do claim to be a transformational guru, and that does not exclude me from transforming also. And so the transformation includes, I think for a lot of people, there's the dropping of the system and going into humanhood, I would say. Yeah. And so, because when we say adulthood, I mean, a lot of times we're talking about like, well, did you get your credential? Did you, what are you doing for money? And stuff like that. You know what I mean? Don't you just, it's like, yeah, just a minute. Because we were busy having fun and being creative. Somebody coming on here and talking about it, and it's like, no, we already know that money it's a broke off civilization over there. They failed themselves and everybody around them, really. I don't know, they lost every bit of their ability to be creative. They don't have their intellectual property together, nor do they have spiritual belonging. That's where money comes in. That's why it's here. Just the planet. How long has it been doing it? And see, we really don't know. We have pictures and museums that show, look, here's a coin. And they say, well, this is probably the oldest coin on Earth. And we don't really know. We really don't. But to contemplate it, I've done plenty. If you look at my last 400 videos and piece together some of the 2-minute clips that I put together talking about the money, like, what can it be used for? Can we use it to benefit? Can it be beneficial? Well, you notice the media right on it says, "In God we trust." In God we trust. Now let's get back to that word God. And I was like, oh my God, what does that mean? How is that gaslighting able to go on there at all? If anything, why do we look at faces and these words that nobody can agree on what it is? Because they just don't know what it is. Why can't we go with a feeling and then a symbol that says like tree, bird over there, important bird, like maybe. And this we will keep our eye on, in case there's kids here watching. But in God we trust. I guess we could talk about that, and I am deeply suspect that, well, we've got to sit down and have a conversation. But do we? And that conversation, it might be, because it's just a classic conversation, right? That's where you love your narcissism. It's like, Buddhism is a conversation between two people. One of them might be fully encapsulated in their minds as a so-called awareness, but they don't have awareness anymore. It's just a mind there. It's trying to have a conversation with something else, and it just, a narcissist, how they think that you are exactly the same as them, that you are, and really it's just a game player, right? So you're a game player, and it's a strange house of mirrors, because of course, yeah, you're noticing, well, it's just me here. Anyway, I don't like to get caught in that subject matter, but that's what we are dealing with here. There's just two types of people here. Now, but what is narcissism? We talked about it. It's the mind. It's the fully encapsulated mind. The fully encapsulated mind. It's just, some people are that way. There's a sliding scale, You can catch it, though, first thing in conversation, right? And a Buddhist or a transformational guru or whatever you call us, who we are not a mind here. We are awareness. Yes, see, mind cannot have awareness. It's difficult for awareness to be next to the mind, for it to be like, say, the divine, which, these words, babe, God and awareness are the same. So if our money said, in awareness we trust, let's look what the word is inside of awareness, because we already know that the letter A it's a frame. It's a picture, by the way. We're looking at stick figures. That's the truth. And this is a picture. See, it's a frame. I was trying to let you know that I'm not going to spell anything right here, but see, because we're drawing pictures. But see, really, if this does not look like an A, like an A-frame, you know what an A-frame is, right? When you build a house, you have this. I won't insult you, but really, you're not safe for the kids if you don't really think that it might be looking like that. So anyway, frame. We're not going to pay attention to you, okay? Frame. The R says, what? Reverse that and check it out. So because we are. It's interesting, too, to see the word ram in there. We were going to talk about ARiEs today on the full moon. See, frame A, we're looking at the A, okay? Atomic assembly. Yes, baby, as E. And there's the I, age. Age will show up. You'll see. Why does age show up in our English dialect and the way we just fumble across the lowercase case? It's because we're in an age and we're also in an era. It's all happening now. What I mean is every possible thing you think that, oh no, that was a long time ago that they made pyramids, and really it's in the future that we're finally going to get into outer space and we're chugging along, we're going to get the free energy saucers, but it's like, no, it's all happening now, babes. And this particular scribbling, really the interfacing system sent from benevolent beings who live in outer space are trying to help us with this picture system that they showed us. And by the way, we are sheep, and it's okay. The sheep see. Really, they do. They're down here, and it's really up to them to kind of use their eyeballs and just say, did that volcano just blast away those people? I mean, are they encapsulated? Talk about a fully encapsulated situation. Let's not do that again. Did you see? We're on Earth. Don't you love the word Earth? Well, first of all, Rhea. I was trying to tell you about Rhea, but here it is again because you want to use the R reverse rule. Is it safe? Yes, it's safe. Look, Earth, Earth. This is the most beautiful equation if you knew what I knew, because look how gorgeous that is. You notice that? Venus. Venus rules Earth. Well, Venus rules the air. Heart, Earth. You just do some reversing, right? And everybody knows that. So, but what I really wanted to keep talking about here is the A. The word awareness is, it's the same here. I mean, really, there isn't much we need to do first to get to this very potent place of awareness. Okay, so A, it's not a coincidence that awareness starts with A and A starts with awareness. There's also addict, you see, but you have the word as, attic. It's just trying to tell us something, you guys. This equation, as addict, okay, babe, you have no idea what this is pointing at as far as our third eyes. See this thing right here, you see it, it's the upper, the sacred place of storage of is field, plasmatic field. You can put that, but really the plasma, it comes from the sun, the photons. That's very important to start knowing that the I here, it interacts with the sun. Now, I'm not saying that this is a good thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing either. We are kind of routed in here. It's kind of like a cha-ching, kind of like a video game. I come up with that again. Kind of jumping ahead, but it's important to just go with that flow, and this is very scientific. Yeah, this is actually pointing at the atoms. See, we don't really know where they are. Still, we just really don't. There's a lot of hocus pocus science that talks about it. So anyway, awareness. People will probably think, oh, that's terrible. Don't do that. Don't think that that's anything. But it's like, no, this is how we have to simplify. Really, really, you take down the A here because you want to make a point to everything. It's like, we don't really confuse ourselves with anything. There is R-ness, or just R if you're talking about aware. See, now let's get back to ARiEs. No coincidence that ARiEs, see, I was trying to tell you about how that astrology points at a scientific succession that I see it happening on two levels. We have the I am of reality, which is, we can say it's like the mind of God, like we're inside of God's brain. Really? And what does it look like, Shauna? It's transparent. do you see the outer space that's holding everything? You know, have you ever wondered, where the fuck am I? Well, I love the word ARiEs because we have the I here. And I'm keeping it up, you know, I'm keeping the capitalized letters up, but really it can be small if you want. But see, there's the word R again. And also the word is. That's where we're going with this, folks. Simplify. It's God, you know, it's definitely that. So awareness, you know, you could be just like the sheep, you know, just say R. Yes, R, sweetie, go play. We're trying to interface the aliens that come here. Well, really, it's to make sure that they're not fucking with you, babes. And it's kind of jokey, you know. It's like, let's just. Is that something that we can say that it's not so foreign? Like, is it a truth that's nothing new under the sun? Why did you have to turn it all upside down and backwards? Because this isn't. See, really, it's no coincidence that the word war is in aware. If you think about it, just the equilibrium alone is kind of at war with going one side or another. Now we come up with the word balance, okay? But we're sticking with the word aware that happens to have the word war in it. Just get back to your equilibrium. How in your body you have an equilibrium which does not let you go this way or that way. You can say that it's at war with the imbalance, and that's how that it stays up. It's at work, you know, and so it's not necessarily a war. You know, we can talk about warriors. Warriors are different than soldiers. You know, they are playing. They're doing something like holding ground. And anyway, equilibrium. You know, it's kind of interesting because it has almost the word Libra, Librium. You know, Libra. Really, we're talking about balance here. See how I tried to start this video about telling you about the nature of the process of life in our lives, and it's really all of humanity. We are in the most auspicious time right now because of all of the planets. Pluto, does Pluto draw this way? Pluto, Uranus, and Neptune. They are all at the very late degrees of a sign, but Neptune is the big one. Yeah, it's a sneaky one. Because it's going to reset the whole zodiac. And yeah, getting back to talking about money. So what's going to get more clear is the deception behind it. And it's going to kind of, we're going to see, it's like, oh, so those people just lost their asses and they can't even make an escape off of this plane. Whatever's tooling about here, harnessing a possibility. See, money can actually work for us. See, we're imprisoned here. It's going to be controlled by something. Now, the worst thing that can happen to the enemy or whatever controls everything here, kind of like, because we don't know it's a prison, it is to let us know that we're in prison. That's the worst thing that can happen. Now, who's us, Shauna? Well, there's two types to run into here. A human being and a non-human being. And the non-human being is deeply, deeply unconscious, right? They aren't born with their awareness, maybe. I don't know. See, I've never been born as a man. Oops, is there a mob coming after? But no, there's a side of the organism that needs to be awakened. I think there's the story. It kind of never ends that we might, oh my God, what minute is this? Did I spell everything right? Yes. We have to seek enlightenment. We have to find a master. We have to, and is it always going to be a book where the words can get jumbled up? And then from saying, watch out for those people that have the jargon that's like, you know what, that, because it comes with it's not a mantra, but a banter that is like hexing the air. Any possibility? Did you become aware a little bit? Now, do you want to hold it? See, this is where we have to get really loose with our words and our symbols and say, nah, but say it again. Can you say it again? Say it in a different way. Say it in a different way. Just say it different. Say it so many ways that it's always pointing at the same thing, though. That's the way God is, right? What did we figure out in the beginning? What God was? Awareness. In awareness we trust. Well, see, this is the complaint, that narcissists don't have awareness. It's interesting because there's a field of, they are a mind. They are a mind, and minds can't have awareness. And so then, with that, we have, okay, did you look at it? The world and the way it's set up, like, okay, so, see, I don't like where I am because it's packed up now where these people, they don't, first of all, they don't know they're in prison. They have no awareness. That's not really awareness to know certain things. No, awareness is just it's now. It's reality. It's God. Ourness. That's hard to fathom for a mind because it's not a particular thing to focus on. It's actually, like I was talking about the fish, very spiritual aspect in the sky right now is happening. Venus trine Neptune with the Mars trine Neptune. And this is the only good thing about Mars going kind of backwards to hit Neptune again, to trine it. The spiritual has to wake up more and start letting us know something. Say something strange, Shauna. Did you actually put on a nicer shirt for this? Yeah, I'm actually in a hole still trying to get to you. But you're in a hole too. You've made it here to planet Earth. Welcome to fucking the pit. And we're trying to get them out of it, man. Did you notice how flatlined everything is? I do. Darn it. And I promise you, by the time it's Halloween, I'm going to have some pens that I can just go, I do, and just paint an eyeball here. There, see what happens? You cannot get one past me, babes, and I feel so much. You know, we're ultra sensitive, right? If you're an ultra sensitive, you know, you're probably right there. And it's like, well, what are we sharing the planet Earth with? I was trying to tell you. God, minute 32. Poor things, you know, and money is king. And it's like, no, babes, it's never been money that has brought us pleasures. Skills do. A talent and passion for something does. Real life, yeah, hard work, determination, and might I add, an addiction. Addicts do. Anyway, back to the word addict. Is the word addict in there? Must be. I wanted to talk about, see, aware is very important. You know, it's not what you think when we talk about war. It's just the way it is here, you know? And it's like, if it's not me that goes tell that person, a fucking new dog has been barking. It stopped here, but it's like, you know what, these people that they're getting a dog, and I guess they have to go out and they go to eat, or they go to a friend's house, or they go somewhere to the movies or something. And they leave their dog out, and they go, and they're probably gone for 3 hours, and the dog barks a certain pattern. After a while, it's a certain pattern for 3 hours or 4 hours straight. And me, little old me, poor fucking me. I have audiographic memory, and it's like basically, not only has it been never that in 30 years, 35 years that has happened over there, but not in like 100 years that my ancestry has been here, and then therefore a million, because there was a fucking, not even a road in here, and so congratulations. I want to give them a blue ribbon. Dog barks for fucking 3 hours over here for the first time ever in a million years, because you don't even know where you are. I don't either, really. You see, I don't know if they had dogs in the past barking for no reason at all, because they didn't have the time day for anything, really. It's just, I think we should go and fucking tool about this, whatever we call Earth now, you know, that's just full of debris, you know, just trying to make it here. I call it's just all Mad Max. We're not waiting for it. It's here now, you know. We are traipsing over desert ruins, just rub your eyes and look again, and you don't know how long it's been. And we can only remember so long, and all we can remember, really, and pass it on like this from generation to generation. If we're looking and really connecting with each other, it's like this. And so then that didn't work. The war came, it was shifted around. We couldn't have the slaves. We became the slaves. Then we thought we were going to get up, but then we went down, and it's fucking something. You see, if we knew that, and then we started to get together to brainstorm it, and this is possible. This conversation might strike it up. I know it does for me a little bit if I listen to what I'm trying to say, see what's coming into my mind, what's possible, see what I was trying to say. So you just don't know the process here, and if you're able to be quiet enough, then see you're going to realize that you're getting downloads. The cosmos is awakening. You're not going to feel it one day, but then you wake up and the next day you're like, now you know something, right? And it didn't happen, and it's just you're just going through a process that the school and Rockefellers over there will never tell you that this is how it really is. And they know all this stuff about our I and the A, the triangle. They try to show you the darned this thing that's, the top is missing supposedly right here, that, and well, that's just a matter of our perception, a lot of course what we're saying is that your capital letters are missing. You're free to capitalize anywhere, anytime. See, and do you get see, as long as you are getting a charge. See, I think what gets a charge? Well, the reptilian does. See, they are short on energy. They are short on energy, and they have to borrow it from who? The human side. Now, what energy are you talking about? Oh, very, very good. See, human energy is really good. You want to get back to God? You want to get back to God? Well, see, the R is now. Now is God. We don't have to have those capital letters like that, so because we don't need those capital letters. We don't want to be so confused. Now and God. How do you mean now is God? Well, we have a circle there. That's God. So many ways to say it, kids. See, if you really knew God, you would say it in so many different ways, and you wouldn't throw a black book at somebody and say this like hex in the air and ignore everybody and think that you're the most superior. And it's like, watch out for that. Now everybody knows that it's you can just see it. It's like, nah. If you can't treat other people's suffering as if it was your own, and have loving, if you're not a loving, kind person, if you're not genuinely like present to other life form, your religion sucks. Whatever you fucking say you're doing over there with your book, could you put it down and try and be present? Really? Yeah. See? Thank you for your like and subscribe. Is that the bitching you were talking about, Patsy? Cool. Okay. How do you like it? What level am I on bitching? Is Christ over there helping us out? Christ, what do you want to do? Here, you're doing great. Take this pen and use. Thank you. Oh my God, that's great. And then, I was onto something because you see, well, we'll just put the little tiny because we don't want to get too confused. We're still talking about forever now. This is forever. See, you guys watch cartoons. You guys watch movies and stuff. You can watch me do this. You can say, I think God, somebody is doing something because I can only eat popcorn. That's fine. I'm not. bagging on you. I'm having fun. As long as you're having fun. Are you guys having fun? We came here to have fun. Phew! Whew. Give Taurus, give all of the early degree, very early, like 0 to 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 degree fixed signs, which is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Give them a break, man. They don't know how to change because they're fixed signs. It's like time to change, and they want control, and they can't have control. You know, that's what the Pluto thing is kind of squaring them now in Aquarius. And Aquarius is making, Pluto is making the Aquarius, the whole entire organism, question whether or not what it is dancing to is the darn truth. And when I say dancing, babes, I'm saying, did you get a charge there? See, a lot of fake people don't know what God is actually just a feeling. It's a frequency found within, right? It's like, you might get a feeling listening to a song maybe, and it's similar to that. You know, you want to listen to it, like it doesn't matter how fucking many times you listen to it, right? That's the way God is. It's not bad for you. None of it. You can just keep listening to it, and also, it doesn't harm you if you let it go, either, right? Because what went where? Well, that's the good question. Now keep going. We have an infinite possibility here that we kind of work with, the O and now see. But if it was, see, joy also. It's the feeling of joy, that charge, really. The more you do it, the more, and see, you can give that contact high to other people, and it's unquestionable. See, there's where animals and other things start to pick up on it, right? Yes. And, you know, it's not fostered by, see, the problem that we would have, and somebody was trying to talk about it here, and they're saying, well, no, if you don't follow the money system, you're going to suffer. And it's like, we hear what you're saying, see, but see that what I was trying to say is because that system is fostering up a life, right? You said it's belief, but what if it's be with that's more important? So we be with the feeling. You know, we talk about with your narcissism that gut feeling. You know, and the thing is how scary it is. You know, we're talking about coming alive now and getting more of just like spontaneously saying no or something, or just being first responders, trusting our. See, the church and some people, they don't live like that, right? They do a second, like they buffer, and it's like, no, we need to have real responses now. And because, inside of a prison school, which this is kind of what this planet is, um, yeah, really, it's there. People will not put up with shit. They say, excuse me? See, I'm obligated to go there. It's like, okay, so if that dog does bark past, 10 o'clock, there's this other dog that barks over there and it's like, there's that fucking shit happening, but it's not in my neighborhood, but it's in my community. It's like, why aren't people getting together more? See, when you're in prison and you know you're in prison, you know you're together. You hear everybody's cry. You do not let them cry. That's the truth. And you can't do things that you see other people will get affected by it. You know, you go to solitary confinement. You can't get a mob against other people who say, oh, we don't like this, that they pollute or whatever, and say, well, go to solitary confinement or go to capital punishment. Christ, was that you? Yeah, it sure was. I was outnumbered, and maybe it's tedious. And now the question is like, Well, no, let's get back. I was like, who the hell had so many kids that everybody was outnumbered now? Would you stop doing that? What the hell fuck happened? Hey, what's going on? Ah. So a charge, baby. What's that fucking feeling? Joy. So this is another thing I wanted to put on the money to make sure. See, because why is the media on there? Because it's trying to tell us, are you playing the game right? Well, here's how you play it. Enjoy. In joy we trust. You know what I noticed on the road today when I was driving, and you can too. You can notice, wasn't that a fascinating lesson? I thought it was amazing. I do, and it's weird because it's like, why is this happening to me? I notice on the sides of the road when you're driving, see, like, here's the road. Whee, you're going. Yeah, there's the road. And on the side of the road, there are these T's. I notice that there are all these T's. T, 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 T. It's for as far as you can fucking see. We are underneath these damn T's. And what are they? They are power lines. Did you ever notice them? Try not to notice them now that I told you about them. Every single road that you go on, you're underneath a T, which is the truth, by the way. Fucking truth, man. Damn that truth. Shit. Why do we get pissed at it? Because, well, if we put the T down a little bit and look at it, everybody knows, and it's okay, but here we are on planet Rut. We are on planet Truth. You better follow it. Truth. Sorry, I'm having fun here. It's just I guess I'm just relaxing. I'm trying to get myself to go to sleep. But there's the rut. You know, you notice it there. Be careful. You don't want to see. It's like here's a rut. V always looks like a rut or a ravine. Ravine or what else? A valley. A valley or what else? Like a crevasse. See, but V. There's your rut. So you're walking down the road. And you better fucking watch out for that rut right there. That's all I have to say. That's the truth. See, you better, when you're walking, you better jump over it, right? Boom. And otherwise you fall into the rut. See there, it's not God punishing you. I mean, it's not like a random punishment from somebody. It's like, no, you didn't look at the truth. You didn't look at God. So God said, there's all kinds of ways you can go with that. God is the truth. God is the truth. So think about this. See, that's the thing. When I was trying to tell you about enjoy we trust, Hans, did you like this, kids? If you did, you have joy going through your body. You're like, I didn't notice the T. You didn't? Oh my God. Whew. It's a mess out there. So in T we trust. In the truth we trust, right? In truth. What in the hell is the truth? Comment section down below. That's one thing we trip out on the narcissist. It's like we're like, no, that's the truth. I'm like, maybe. It's like, uh-oh. Reality check. In truth, we Trust. Still saying the same thing, to tell you the truth. Truth is God. But what is that? I think it's so important that we have this conversation. And if it rings a bell, in other words, if it gives you a charge, first of all, if it gives you a charge, then you might want to regather yourself up. Don't just be careful of the company you keep. Share with people who can reciprocate the fact that you can give them a zap of truth. You can make them feel great. You might make them laugh. That's one way that you can tell when, like, the truth hits a funny bone. Truth makes the best comedy. coMEDIAN. So you get this charge. And it said I was going to do this one of these days here as an Aries rising. It's like, well, are you going to get your comedy going, Shauna? Yeah, if I get miserable enough, I will. But why does it say, enjoy we wet? Oh, God. Erase. Now, I wanted to get back to, see, we're going to get charged. Boom. It doesn't happen. See, what we're talking about is really knowing God, babes. It's a feel-good, period. Now, does the non-human... See, we have to take all of the resources away from the non-humans who don't really know how to feel good. Because, first of all, what the fuck are you doing? I mean, they do it, but it's like, yeah. You did it because you can, or you did it because it was needed, or what? I don't know, man. Sometimes they do it just to play. They play games, and they play... they're really big on, and this is the money scene, they're really big on the have and have-nots, and trying to get attention with what? Well, spinning hubcaps, or what the fucking have we? Infinite amount of crap going on here. And what is it for? It's like, well, that's the way that the reptilians... Sorry. Well, it's junk, really, because we can have a better looking civilization out there, okay? All right? Now, even the people would look better. The charge, getting into the joy, that feeling, it's a feeling, okay? So that's when you've hit the truth. Zoom, zing. So in truth we trust. What if we did that, I mean, instead of what the broke off civilization, what do they trust, babes? Really look at it. It's just kind of a machine. It's just running. And who's going to catch it and say, would you stop that? Like I said, take all their resources away. And they don't have anything backing them when they stand there and talk about their excuses as to what they're doing, really. You're trying to say, no, that was pollution, that was right, and they're getting away with something. Who are they, Shauna? Whatever thinks it's great to pour coal mining runoff fluid, which is sulfuric acid, into either the water supply of some cities, which is just about all of them, or just to spray it in the air. Yeah. I mean, working with what kind of energy? Coal? And there's so many different forms, you see. And anyway, the way that we take it all back, it's so complex and hard, but we have to go back to our feelings and just start feeling good. Bottom line, you don't get on their level. It's like the last grab for all of that right now. And like, for instance, well, God, I just wanted to get home today after trying to level stuff out. I don't know, and my love life involves, and a lot of people's love life involves here, I mean, wrapping up past life soulmate contracts and stuff, especially right now. With the time era, with what we're experiencing, Pluto going into Aquarius and Capricorn ending, and just a whole new face of humanity coming up because we're proceeding on. See, if it's just a flat line out there, and it is, it's really hard to solve that problem, right? There is ascension happening, what they call ascension, and all the dawning of the age of Aquarius will be is, see, Pluto said, I mean, Aquarius says, I know. And it's saying that, no, it's possible that there's real science and you can know. I now, damn it, I now. Why is it so hocus pocus? You're here now. Do you use your eyes and ears and everything to the extent of where a child can see, yes, they were handling the truth there or an equation, and they took it, like if it's an elevator, they took it all the way to the top. And they got out and said, this is it. I couldn't take it anymore. See, one should only follow teachings that are great. jOURnEYe. Great. Whoops, look at that. North, south, east, west. Sorry. Shauna's church will open up in 20 years. After I get fucking mobbed because I figure out, dudes, really? And stop doing that. You stupid idiots. Because you're being spiritually possessed. You're not even awake yet. You want to become human. That's all. That's all. What is human? Well, that's one word that they've, you can't put it past something to just be smearing words around. But see, if you just add one single fucking charge there of energy, real live energy, you have the word humane. End of lesson.